She just wants to be beautiful, she goes.
Hello beautiful humans, my name is Paige and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome, thank you so much for being here. Now today I'm talking about something that I find really difficult to talk about and I'm getting upset already and I haven't even started yet. Today I'm talking about something I feel very strongly about and find it very difficult to talk about because it is something that's happened to me. This is going to be a long video and I don't really want to edit it too much because I want what I'm going to say to come out as authentic and real. So please grab yourself a cup of tea or snack and just sit down with me because there's something I need to tell you and it's really important and I really want you to hear it. Disability hate crime is still one of those crimes which seems to be quite unrecognised in the grand scheme of justice. By that I mean it's still less punishable than other hate crimes, and I know that because I was a victim of a hate crime myself, and to do with that I looked into the laws surrounding hate crimes. I really want to do a video about that and the differing laws in hate crimes, but first I feel like I need to tell you my story and what happened to me in a nightclub almost 3 years ago. Now I've spoken about this story and this night a few times before. I remember a commotion kind of happening on the other side of the dance floor and I turned to see a man sort of charging through the dance floor. I've been called that a lot of times, but the aggression with which it was said was something new to me. I have never really sat down and told the full story of what happened because I either didn't have enough time in the programs we shot or I just hadn't felt ready. Hate crime against people with disabilities is a growing thing. That's really a driving force for me to tell this story, for people to see that if you are a person who has gone through this, I am so sorry. And you're not alone. I'm also going to link 2 other videos down below where other people speak about hate crime and discrimination which has happened to them. One of those people, along with myself, is one of my good friends, Olu, and I would love it if you could check those videos out. They were both broadcast on Channel 4 and they both centre around disability hate crime and disability inequality in the UK. So it was towards the end of my first year of university and one of my friends said that she was going out to a nightclub that night and wondered if I wanted to join her. The group of people that she hung around with weren't actually the group of people I hung around with. She was my only link to these people, but we got on quite well and I was still trying to find my feet at university. I was in that stage of kind of independence where I had my first kind of taste and I was just starting to believe I could do things on my own and that things were going to be okay. So I said yes, of course, it'd be great to meet new people. I had her there as kind of a comfort, so at least I knew someone. It's odd because looking back, I nearly didn't go out that night because they were different people and because I was like, oh well, I don't want to be that awkward person who just kind of tags along. Do you know what I mean? Like I didn't want to tag along and be awkward, so I really nearly didn't go out. My friend was like, just come on, let's go out, it'll be fun. I was having a really good night and I think that's another reason this is so hard, is because I felt so good that night. I don't know what it was, I just felt happy and comfortable and proud of myself that I had the confidence to go out and mingle with people that I don't really know, and they were really lovely. We did what you normally would in a nightclub. We had some drinks, we danced. It was a weekend so we could recover the next day, and you know, I went out and I really enjoyed myself. The nightclub we were in had one big dance floor and that's important because it was very much just like an open plan club. There was a little bit at the top which was like a separate club that you can go to, but the main bit of the club was very open. You could see every part of the club from anywhere in the club. You were like this close to the person you were dancing next to. It is a club that gets very, very busy and there's a lot of people. It got to about midnight, and by this point we'd all had enough to drink. We were like, let's go to the dance floor, because I'm drunk enough now that I would actually dance. I thought, let's just do it. Let's go down to the dance floor, let's have a bit of a dance. And we managed to wangle our way right into the middle. One good thing about being in a wheelchair in a nightclub is that people move out the way fairly quickly when they see you coming towards them, which is good. We were in it, we were in amongst it. So we were standing there dancing, and I was chatting to some of the people I was with, and I remember my friend leaning down to me and just saying, have you seen that guy over there? I think he's checking us out. What do you think? Do you think he's cute? Should I go and talk to him? And I looked over, and there was this guy probably about 5 foot away, but it seemed a lot more because there was quite a lot of people in between us. He was just kind of looking over at our group of people. He seemed to be looking in kind of my general direction, but it wasn't as if he was staring dead at me. He was just kind of looking, and I didn't really think anything of it because I'm in a nightclub and people do look at other people, and he could have well fancied my friend and was trying to check her out. I didn't find that odd at all. And I was like, yeah, go speak to him, like he seems alright, just go and have a chat with him. She didn't go over straight away because she got too shy, so we kind of just carried on. Over the next couple minutes, I kept noticing out the corner of my eye that he was still looking in our direction. I was convinced by this point that he was looking at me, but I was like, maybe I'm just being a bit paranoid, like he's probably not. I do have a tendency to think if someone looks at me, wherever it may be, that they are looking at me because they are judging me or that they're thinking something bad. As irrational as it may sound, my head just goes to, they think you're a horrible person, which I know is stupid, and I told myself that at the time. I saw he was looking and I was just like, no, you're just being a bit paranoid, he's probably not even looking at you, just carry on. But it kind of was bothering me. At one point I just kind of like nodded to be like, okay, you've looked now, stop. He didn't really respond, but you know, I was just like, all right, well, you carry on staring over there, you weirdo, and I'll just carry on dancing. And I don't really remember a lot between then and what happened next. I don't know if it's because my brain was just like, nope, you don't need to know this, and shut it down. Whether it's because I was drunk, because I was quite drunk. But the next thing I know, this guy who was staring at us was charging through the dance floor. And like I said, he was probably a couple feet away from us, and there was a lot of people crowded in between us, but he was literally like pushing people out of the way to get through. Like he was on a mission. It wasn't as if he was just kind of sauntering over to chat to one of us. He was coming through at a pace, like he was going for it. And this guy was quite a burly guy, and I just remember thinking, why is he, like, what's he doing, what's going on? And then after that I really didn't have much time to think, because the next thing I know, he was hitting me. He was fully beating the shit out of me, and I just freaked. Like, I did not know what to do. I couldn't run because we were in the middle of a dance floor. I couldn't get away from him. There was people all around us, so I just had to put my arms up, and I put this arm up like this to kind of protect my face, and I was just sat there like this. And I don't know how long I was like that for. I assume it wasn't long, but it felt like forever, and I just felt sick and dizzy, and I just didn't know what was going on. I really didn't know what was going on, and I was so scared. I was so scared. Sorry, I was petrified. The one good thing about being in a crowded dance floor of people is that people noticed what was going on, and people turned around and literally like stopped dancing. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, stop. And thank God some people, and I never saw their faces because I was still kind of protecting my own face, pulled him off me, including one of the guys that was with us in our group. They pulled him off me and they stood between us. I don't really remember what they were saying or what he was saying. I was just in shock. I was like, what the fuck has happened? I don't understand. My friends told me afterwards that he was shouting, get out of this club, you fucking cripple. Get out, get out, get out. Now, I'm going to put a few photos up on the screen of some of my bruising that I received from this attack. They're not the most graphic images. There's no blood or anything. It's just bruising. But I will say now, if you don't like anything like that, if you don't want to see anything like that, then skip forward to this point, which is on the screen now, and there won't be any more photographs after that. So if you are still watching, these are some of the pictures I took the day after the attack. My left arm was extremely bruised. That is the arm I put up to my face because he was actually going for my face. He was laying punches, so that bruising is from where I put my arm up to defend myself, to cover my face. In this one, there is some scrapes and kind of bruised marking, and that's where I was trying to pull away from him. Now, I know they're not the most graphic. I've heard stories and seen stories since that people have been hospitalized, and I know I was incredibly lucky. But for me, is the fact that it happened in the first place. No matter how bad it is, I have experienced stuff before. People calling me a cripple, people telling me, oh, I hope God saves you for your illnesses and your sins. Just stupid stuff, stupid, nasty stuff. But the fact that someone felt so strongly and that much disgust towards me being a young person with a disability out with my friends, they felt the need to physically assault me, is just, it breaks my heart. It really does. My friends have had some vile things said to them in the past, and you get to the stage where words and kind of insults actually sort of become a bit useless because you're so used to them. Now if someone calls me a cripple, I just kind of laugh at it because I think, mate, if that is the most original thing that you can come up with, really, I mean. But to physically assault me or anybody because of their disability or because of anything that makes them different is disgusting. And it shouldn't happen to me, to you, to anybody. Now, after he was pulled off me and everyone on the dance floor had made quite a commotion, the bouncers in the club realised something was going on. About like half the dance floor had stopped dancing. So the bouncers knew something was going on. They got me and my friends and that guy out of the dance floor and they called the police. We were separated. I was taken to a separate side room with one of my friends. He was taken to a separate side room with the person he was with, and we waited for the police to arrive. When the police came, they took my statement, they took his statement, and I was told to photograph it if I could, to send photos, and that they would be back in touch with me to let me know what was happening. So it's been about 3 days and I hadn't heard anything since that night. I knew I needed a few days just to process what happened, and if I'm honest, I was terrified to go outside because I didn't know if this guy at the time was someone who went to my university. What if I was walking to class the next day and bumped into him? Like, I couldn't do it. But I still hadn't heard from the police. So I decided to call and just ask what was going on because I would have expected to hear something. Was he kept over in the station that night? Was he gonna get charged? What was happening? And that is when the policeman I spoke to told me that he had been let out and he'd been given a £50 fine. I could not tell you how fucking angry that makes me. Is that what my mental health and my physical health is worth? £50 fucking pounds. He was let off the same night. What if he'd gone back out and did that to somebody else who didn't have people around them to stop them? What if he bumped into someone in the street who he just didn't take a liking to and beat the shit out of them down an alley? How they decided to let him out that night is beyond me. I can't tell you how fucking idiotic that is, and it still makes me so angry now just to think about it. The policeman did say that he had also been caught in possession of drugs. Now, I don't know what he was in possession of. I don't know what circumstances it was in. I'm guessing that when he got searched after he hit me, they found them. But the policeman said to me, if it's any consolation, he's going to trial for drug possession. And if I'm honest, yeah, I'm glad he's getting done for that, but it didn't give me any kind of satisfaction. And I asked him why. Why did he get let off? Did I not provide clear enough photographs? Did I not give my statement correctly? Like, I thought it was something that I did. And he said to me something that really shocks me. If he'd carried out the same attack on me because of my race, because of my religion, because of my sexuality, it would have gone to court and he would have been held that night, because it is seen as a more serious offence than a hate crime towards a disabled person. What is that saying to people? That is saying that, yeah, sure, it's pretty bad to hit someone in a wheelchair, but it's not as bad as hitting someone who's black. I'm not saying it's fine to hit someone who's black. It's not fine to hit anyone for any reason. And the way that that is punished should be equal for everyone. No matter your race, no matter your religion, no matter your sexuality or your ability. If you unfortunately and heartbreakingly find yourself in that situation, then you should be treated as fairly as everybody else. And your attacker should get the same punishment, no matter who he stupidly, small-mindedly attacks. And I went through all stages of processing the information. I went from shock to sadness to anger to even sympathy for that man, because I thought, how sad must his life be, and how full of hate and anger must he be to do that to another person. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to forgive my attacker, whether he meant to or not, whether there was drugs involved or not. He still did it. And trust me when I say, he left me with a lot more than a few bruises. I am still suffering from that attack today. I still have things in my life which have come from a result of that night, that have stayed with me and that have tainted my view of the world and my view of myself so deeply that I didn't actually realise how much until very, very recently. But what shocked me the most, and what still infuriates me the most, is that conviction of £50. And that is what spurred me on to tell this story and to put this video out there, because I still think it is so wrong. It is so wrong, and it needs to be looked into. It needs to be seen. It needs to change. Assault is assault, no matter who it is to, no matter how it occurs, no matter what background that person is from. And I'm not telling this story for you to be like, oh my god, that's horrific, oh my god. Like, I'm not doing this for, oh, poor me. It happened and I'm processing it, and I will process it. But this could still happen to other people, and I don't want that. So I want you to please share this video. I don't often ask for you to share videos because they're usually just pretty ranty and pretty pointless, but this one is really important. It's really, really, really important. So please, please share this video with as many people as you can. Please raise awareness for disability hate crime, and if you have been through this, I am sorry, but please share your story, because the more we talk about it, the more change we can make happen. So guys, that is the video. I'm sorry I've sounded a bit down in this video. I feel like I want to cry. I'm just trying to keep it in. I would usually say at this point, I hope you enjoyed it, but that seems a bit weird to say. So I hope you found it informative, and I hope this has spurred something on for you to start talking about these issues and to speak up and talk about your own experiences. Like I said, please do share this video and give it a thumbs up. Not because I want you to tell me that you like this, but because I want this video to get recognised and I want it to get seen. For all YouTube's really crazy guidelines, thumbs up do that. Like, thumbs up, make sure that this video and this story and this issue is sent out to more people. So please, 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 if you've never given me a thumbs up on a video before, please do on this one, please. And subscribe if you haven't. I'm not going to push that this week. I don't think there's any need to do. If you want to subscribe, you will, and I'd be very, very incredibly happy to see you around sometime. And I thank you so much for watching this video. And remember, and trust me, this has never been more important for me to say, I have been me, so please always be you, and I will see you very soon for another video. Bye!